Hey, I'm Chris By from Freedom Call, and you're listening to Brutally Delicious.
One, two, three, four. The Brutally Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast.
Don't worry, I'm enjoying my garden.
That's beautiful there.
Yeah, it is. It's a paradise.
Where are you at in Germany?
I'm in the south, so it's in between Frankfurt and Munich.
Oh, nice. What's the weather like out there? Pretty nice?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, kind of like. So summer is coming.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
it's
good
nice.
time.
I love
Yeah,
it.
to enjoy.
Best time of the year. Anyway, thank you.
Where are you staying?
I am in Richmond, Virginia.
All right. Oh, so up south.
Yeah, about an hour south of Washington, D.C.
Okay.
Not too far.
Oh, yeah.
But still country. It's not the city. It's nice. I like it.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk
Good.
about Freedom Call, and I apologize
Yes.
again. So, first,
No worries.
I want to talk about the first thing that came to mind is I saw you guys, I think it was 23 on 70K.
Okay.
How did that proposal, that was you guys, right? The engagement proposal?
Yeah.
How did that come about?
So they're friends of us.
Mm.
So they're friends of us. They are living in Dubai.
Oh, really?
They are living in Dubai, yes, and they were on vacation at the 70,000 tons, and the girl, she's also a singer in the band, and they have a quite tight friendship with the band, and yeah, they were requesting, and why not? So everything which is special makes it more worth. So
Oh, yeah.
probably more people can remind the engagement than the show of Freedom Call.
Right. Yeah, I was there. What's your experience on like 70,000? It's been great, right?
But yeah, that was our third time
Right.
at the boat. Yes. And yeah, the first time was so exciting because we didn't know what
Right.
we can expect and what will happen and things. But every time it's a big pleasure to go there, especially because it's in January, February,
Yes.
where we have these winter wonderland in Germany. So
Right.
in the best case, it's snowing, but mostly it's raining and it's nasty and things. So we're enjoying this trip to Miami or to Caribbean or Mexico and
Yeah.
things. It's a good trip.
I've been lucky because I've been able to go just about every year, and it's always an
Okay.
amazing time.
Yeah, it is.
And I mean, just mingling with the fans and mingling with everybody's the same, and everybody's just having
Yeah.
a good old time, right?
Exactly. That's exactly what we are appreciating. That you are staying with the people, with the fans, with the friends at the same level. So it's not separated the
Right.
artists and the crowd and things. So it's just having a good time with friends. So that's what we are appreciating very much.
Nice. So the other one before we get into more specifics is you guys have been at this a really long time, right? Like 20 something years, 25 years. You ever imagine
Yeah.
you'd still be doing it and still making relevant music?
Yeah, 25 years sounds it's been a long time, but yeah, time is flying. So it doesn't feel like it's 25 years. It's just a number. So I think when you have kids and you can see them growing up,
Right.
then you can see, okay, 25 years, it's a long time. But having a band, it's quite similar as growing up like
Sure.
children. But yeah, it doesn't feel like it's such a long period. So I can remember the first tour, the first rehearsals
Really?
and things. Yes, of course.
That's funny.
Yeah, that was the most exciting time when you're starting because it's your new baby
Right.
and you're recognizing every single minute, every single week and month, the development, the first tour, the first studio recordings and things. I think the middle is a little bit foggy because yeah, a lot of things happened. We
Right.
drank a lot. We made a lot of party,
Sure.
a lot of things. Yeah, I think it's part of.
But I know you said the middle is kind of a blur or whatever, but isn't
Yeah.
Master of Light, that was like 2016, isn't that one of the more popular records for you guys?
Well, I'm loving this album, and I recently at the show on Saturday we have been in France for having a festival, and I had a talk to a magazine about the Master of Light because
Right.
we were discussing about the cover artwork because it was a bit special and that not what the people were expecting because it was not this fantasy and
Right.
power and glory thing. Yeah, but the album I'm loving very much because there are special songs like Metal is for Everyone. So, and it was an exciting time. So we had a good lineup. We
Yeah.
were on tour and we played exciting shows. Yeah, but it's hard for an artist to separate single albums because on every production, you give your best, you give all
Sure.
your, yeah, you work on every tiny thing and you try to make it as the best album of Freedom Call ever.
Right.
So I can't rank the albums, so
Right.
it's
No,
hard
I
for an
get that.
artist.
So
Yeah,
so new record then. Silver
Silver
Romance. Yeah,
Romance.
sorry, I just lost my train of thought. New record, Silver Romance. When you guys are writing, having all those records behind you, do you find it difficult not writing the same song? I mean, you don't want to change your wheelhouse, right? Because that's where your fans are. But
Yeah,
you necessarily don't want to write Masters of Light again. That
yeah,
makes
yeah.
sense.
Yeah, so I think when you are starting to collect all your song material, you are thinking about, do I'm repeating myself? Should I change some paths to come to a result? But I personally said no, because it's Freedom Call. It's our trademark. And
Right.
when I'm repeating myself, that's my right. I can do that
Sure.
because in some little cases I invented it. So it's happy metal, it's cheesy, it's for some people it's too cheesy or too happy or whatever. But I don't care about that because so my opinion is the most important part of every artist. It doesn't matter it's music or it's painting art or it's writing art or whatever, is authenticity.
Yes.
That's the only one chance to touch the people's heart. The only one chance.
Right.
Because the people are not comparing or deciding in between, oh, is it a brilliant performance or is it this or this or this? No, they just can decide, I like it or I dislike it.
Does it resonate with them? Right.
Exactly. And we got the only one chance with our trademark to do this music as happy metal,
Mm-hmm.
and we have to follow it. When we would make a step on the right side or a step on the left side, there are a million other bands. They are all brilliant. They are good musicians.
Not doing happy metal. Right.
Then we are not Freedom Call anymore. And the people do not know, oh, maybe another band is doing that much better.
Right. That makes
So
sense.
keep on going your own steps.
I mean, that makes sense. You've carved a niche, and you definitely have that happy metal sort of thing
Exactly.
going on, and
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
think it's needed, right? Because you got to balance it out. Because you have, especially if you go to like a festival. You just said you just played a festival in France. Not everybody's there. I mean, I'm sure you had the darker side of things as well, just like on 70K. And you have to balance it out a little bit, I think.
Exactly. The people can decide. We never will force anybody to listen to our music, but they have the chance. We are given the chance to listen to it, maybe to make your life a little bit better for some seconds or a minute or
Right.
whatever, or come into a concert, have a party for 1.5 hours. You can decide. We are not forcing you.
Right.
And if you are preferring to be a bit depressive for a moment, then there are other bands.
Or you can
that
listen to it
serve.
all and just enjoy it.
Exactly, exactly. Quite easy. And when I'm personally longing for a different kind of music, I can do that,
Sure.
but not under the flag of Freedom Call.
Right. No, that makes sense. So when you guys are writing, then I know it's happy music or it's more positive stuff. Are you writing with a takeaway for your fans? Do you want something? You want your fans to walk away with something after listening to a Freedom Call record?
Yeah. So I'm quite egoistic while songwriting, because I'm not asking the fans or the listeners. I do not like the word fans. Sounds like madness and things.
Right.
And yeah, there are a lot of our friends and listeners. They are requesting for, oh, Chris, maybe you can bring more some the modern parts in it. I said, but I think it wouldn't be the right way if musicians would follow the requests of their fans,
Right.
because they are following you because you are authentic. You're doing your music, and you are welcome
And
all the people to listening to your music, what you were creating. And I think when you would acting what the fans are requesting, then you're a bitch.
yeah.
And that's not what we want.
I think people can see through that too. I mean, I think if you're writing music just for the fan or just to sell a record, I think eventually maybe it'll work for a record or two or whatever, but I think eventually people are going to know, hey, this is fluff and there's no real thing to it.
Yeah, because we are artists, so we would be able to change our music in different styles or following the trends from the sound or from the arrangements or whatever. But I don't think that's the right way, because I have to come back to the authenticity.
Right.
That is Freedom Call and nothing else. So get it or
don't.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's plenty of other stuff out there, right? You guys been here 25 years, so get it or don't.
Yeah. And we also should give other bands a chance.
Right. So when you guys are writing then, were you able, I don't know where you're all located, but were you able to write together in the same room, or are you taking advantage of technology now and just sending stuff back and forth?
Yeah, of course, honestly. So we all have our recording systems. So since the digital generation, it's quite easy. So I grew up when I made the first productions with a tape machine, 24 tracks.
Right. Yeah, the 2-inch tape, right.
2 inch, yes. And it was heavy. And you needed a lot of them. Yeah, but that is over. So we have our own studios, and we can work on different places, several places to make a production.
Right.
And especially the songwriting. I think as a songwriter, the main part, you have to have a vision about something. And when you would work as a team with all band members, with 3 or 4 or more band members,
right,
then the vision will disappear, because many influences coming together, and then probably you have a nice song, but the vision is gone.
Gotcha.
But that's the core of a song. It's the vision, and that you really have to take care to keep it alive. That the vision is in front of, and not just a song.
Right.
I could write 10 songs a day, but there's no vision behind.
And if you wrote 10 songs a day, they're probably not inspired either, right? Because you're not pouring your soul into them.
It's boring. Yeah, it's kind of like the AI.
Right.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on now that you mentioned it? What are your thoughts on the AI in the music business? Because it's kind of getting pretty interesting, right?
Yeah, it was fun. So a friend of mine, he's very into the new technologies and things, and he was saying, "Hey, Chris, I'm really excited about your opinion about that." And he showed me a song in these death metal Viking things. Let's say in the direction of Amon Amarth.
Right.
And I was listening to it, and I really was surprised about the performance, because it was Really, sound was amazing.
Right.
Performances, singer was good, acting. But finally, I said, yeah, it's a good production. It sounded good, but it didn't touch my heart.
It's
In no
soulless.
way. In no way. It's synthetic.
Yeah.
It's plastic. It's plastic.
I
And that
agree.
makes it,
I just hope a lot of people or everyone else sees that as well, because we're in this weird precipice, right, where it could really
yeah,
take over.
yeah, yeah, it's working. And probably, or sadly, uh, a lot or the most of the people can't decide in between right or wrong, or real or synthetic.
I agree, and they may not even care either, right?
Uh, but in the end, I know that the emotions they will hit it.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't replicate that. I said it,
Yeah,
but I'll say it
it's
again. The
impossible.
soul of the whole thing, right? I mean, you can play
Yeah,
it, and it's going to be
yeah, yeah,
quantized perfectly and
yeah,
great, but
yeah,
it's still lacking that
yeah.
organic soul sort of thing, I believe.
Yeah, but back to the main discussion about AI. So we were growing up in times. Firstly, you were handwriting. Then you get a typing machine.
Right.
Then you got the first computers with a diskette
Mm-hmm.
or
The
with
big one, the five
cassettes.
and a half inch
Yes,
one.
yes.
Yes.
And then a big step, digital things. So the first computers, Windows and things.
Mm-hmm.
And in every generation, in every change of the generation, people said, there will be no future with that. And it's synthetical. It depends on in which way you are using this
Right.
technology. And because it's open for everyone. And the same, it was everyone could buy a guitar, but
Right.
you have to learn to play it. And you
Right.
have to bring over the emotions or your performance or whatever. And that will always be the turning point if it's successful or not, or it's just whatever, blah,
Right.
blah, blah.
Fair enough, and I agree with you 100%. You got to have the emotion in there, and I don't think you're
Yeah,
ever going to get that. Well, who knows?
yeah,
Maybe in 100 years from
exactly.
now you will, but right now I
Yeah,
don't see that happening.
exactly. We will see.
What does look like for you guys on the road this summer? I know you said you're playing
Oh,
festivals. What are you guys doing?
so we already could finish the first leg of our tour. So it started in Germany. So we played, I think it was around 12 shows, 11, 12 shows. Was amazing, was great. We had a fantastic time with the people. So sweating a lot. and, but we are quite late because also the festival season already started in Europe, probably also in the States.
Right.
So, and we also played several festivals, and it doesn't make sense to continue over June, July, August, September. So we have some summer festivals in Europe, and we will restart our Silver Romantic Metal Nights. What a nice name.
Mm-hmm.
In September. In September, in also Europe. And then we have a tour as very special guests, very special guests for Rhapsody,
Oh
Rhapsody on
wow.
Fire. Yeah, we know these guys a long
Sure.
time, and it will be a great time to spend some party time on the nightliner for 3.5 or 4 weeks
Right.
like this. Yeah, and then the year will be over soon.
Maybe 70K.
Who knows? Who knows? So also last time we jumped in. So yeah, last minute.
Right.
Yes. So we'll see. Probably not next year, but 1 year later.
Right. So I know you
So
said that you played these shows and it's a good time with the fans and it makes you happy and whatever. How do you know? Is that going to be the litmus test when it's not fun anymore? When it's time to call it a day?
uh, it's a good question, but so I never felt it so far. So okay, you have your better days and you have your worse days, and sometimes you need a kick in the ass to go on stage
Right.
and find your performance. And but it's still fun because we have a great lineup in the band, great musicians, and we have a great crew, and so there's no reason to think about to stop it or to retire or
Right.
whatever. And but I think if this point will come that you're not touched anymore, there's no adrenaline,
Just going through
there's
the
nothing.
motions.
I think that would be the right time to stop, because then because the life as a touring musician is a hard life.
Yeah.
So because less sleep, shitty food, long flights,
Getting older, right.
getting older. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You have your experiences.
Oh, yeah. I'm not on the road, and I feel that every morning when I get up. So, yeah.
Yeah. And I think then, in this moment, there's just pain. And it's not worth them to suffer this time. But I don't see it. No.
Oh, good. That is pretty much all I had. Did I miss anything you wanted to cover? I know we meandered a lot, but I just like to talk.
Oh, yeah. Many things to talk about, but especially the US. So we haven't been as an headlining act in the US so far. And we're working on it. And yeah, maybe not a tour over 3 months,
Right.
but for a short visit to have 1 or 2 weeks,
Right.
maybe also as a special guest, a very special guest. Yeah, we would appreciate very much. So I had several or many interviews with US magazines or web scenes
Right.
or radio stations and things, more than usual. So maybe the time has come.
It's definitely come, I believe. Yeah, you got to get over here, right?
Yes.
Especially
Yeah, so
to the
you're
East Coast, so I can at least come see you.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Because I've seen you on 70K a couple times, but
yeah.
I'd like to see you in a proper venue as well.
Yeah, would be much fun.
Although the pool deck is probably the best place to ever see in the show anyway, right?
Yeah, it was. I'm totally agreeing. So last year, I think it was last year, yes. We were the first band who was performing at the pool deck. And
The
we had
next
some
morning. Yeah.
Yeah, we had some technical issues.
Right.
So it was, yeah. But anyways.
Yeah.
It is
that's
how it
rock and
is.
roll, right?
Yeah, and there's the second when they say start to play, and
it all goes away,
anyways,
and then you just play, right?
When it's done, it's a new experience.
It was great talking to you.
Much.
Yeah, enjoy the nice weather out there. It looks beautiful.
I do.
Yeah.
So barbecue is already waiting.
Where I didn't get my invite. Is it still in the mail?
Oh, yeah, come over.
All right, my friend. Be well.